Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Selful Soul. So this is your pick a card reading, and this is for the full moon in Aquarius. The Aquarius is represented by the star in the tarot, the star card. That's the star card. And the star is so much about, in this one, it looks very much like the temperance, that balance, that nurturing energy, the balance, the nurturing, but the star is also about hope, and it's about healing. So perhaps we are going into a time of healing now, and I know that many people have found it really hard, and perhaps the star represents having reached the peak, that perhaps now the COVID will start to the numbers will start to decline. But I'd like to believe the hope is more than just the hope for the individual. It's hope for humanity, us creating a new society, because I've said it before and I'm going to keep on saying it. I think that COVID is a chance for us to reset as humanity, to hit the reset button and to do things differently, to create a more equitable society, a society where everyone has all they need, like education and home and health, access to health, free and good health care, and homes and food and shelter. So, but along with the star card, we are in Leo season. So I just want to wish a happy birthday to all my lovely Leos. My dad's birthday was yesterday. My son's dad's birthday is tomorrow. So happy birthday, Al. And then my sister-in-law, Pet, happy birthday, Pet, for the 7th. Then my baby's birthday, Luke's birthday, on the 10th. Then my beloved brother's birthday on the 18th, and I'm sure I'll do another reading by then, and I will wish him personally, but yes. And then I have 2 other friends who share a birthday with my brother. So Tools and Slindor, if you are watching, happy birthday to you, my loves. And just one more thing about this energy of Leo. Leo is a really lovely energy, the season of Leo, because it comes with the sun, and people really do see the sun as a hopeful sign, light, joy. And the sun card, I haven't taken it out, but I'll do it in the next reading. The traditional sun card has a baby on a horse. It's naked, and its arms are stretched out, and it's just delighted and full of joy at life. And there has been a lot of heaviness, I think, for some people with COVID and being locked down and all the things that go with a time like this. And I think that the sun represents that feeling of hope now, and especially as the numbers will start declining, I think people will feel more joyful and hopeful. And, hopefully we do, especially as South Africans, do the reset button and do justice to that. Okay, beloveds, enjoy the reading. I'm going to show you your choices now, and then I'll go into the readings. I hope the reading is useful for you. Okay, everyone, here are your choices. You could choose group 1 is from the Spirit Animal Tarot. That's the star card from there. Group 2 is from the Wild Unknown Tarot. Group 3 is from the Alchemical Tarot. And group 4 is from the Psychic Tarot. That's the Psychic Tarot. And you can use the stones to help you choose. I'm using the same ones from the last reading, and that's the clear quartz. There you go. Can I have a closer look? So let me do it that way. Clear quartz, amethyst, Number 3 is rose quartz. And number 4 is carnelian. Okay, so take your time and make your choices, and you'll see me just now. Welcome back, group 1. Let's see what we have for you. The 7 of shells in reverse, the chariot, and the 6 of branches. See, the 7 of cups is about choices. I think in the last reading this came up for one of the groups. It talks about needing to be careful with one's choices, that someone might have lots of options and therefore needs to be discerning about them. So I get the feeling that there are lots of choices, and this group is in a mood to rush forward, because you have the chariot there, the horse, the spirit of freedom, wanting to rush forward to those choices in the hopes of some kind of victory. And perhaps there's a suggestion that there's potential for victory as well, because you have the 6 of wands there, and that's such a victory card. And the chariot can also be seen as a victory card. But what I'm seeing here, because this is for me describing the situation, is that you're dying to rush forward on a decision about something, or that you have lots of choices and you're wanting to rush. But you know, when we have choices, many choices presented to us, that's actually the time when we need to take it slowly, right? That's exactly the time when we need to not necessarily take it slowly, but when we need to be a little bit more careful, more circumspect in our actions before diving in. And then you get the 9 of swords, which is about okay, there's a little bit of, well, there's a mix of energy here, right? So you get the 9 of swords, which talks about being overly concerned about something. It's the crow here, and the crow is very, the crow is known to be quite discerning, quite eagle-eyed, not eagle-eyed, but it is quite discerning, because it's got very sharp eyes. It needs to have sharp eyes so that it can tell what is prey and what is not. And crows are known to be intelligent birds as well. So I think it's a reminder. So, but also the 9 of swords does talk about worry, being really like overly concerned, and perhaps your concern is about this feeling that you have that you need to rush forward and get things done. The horse, the chariot, is a Cancerian. It represents Cancer. So it could be, that's interesting. That represents Cancer, and that represents Leo. That's the Sun card. So perhaps there's something that you feel is being delayed, and you need to make a decision now. It's something that might have started in Cancer season, and we're now in Leo season, and you feel that it's time. Let me just give it some thought. Okay, so I'm seeing so you have the Hierophant here, and I'm seeing the Hierophant as suggesting to you to take things, to try not to rush. You know, can you, if you look at this bull, the bull is quite relaxed. This is the card of Taurus, by the way. But the bull is quite relaxed, not charging forward, not fighting, almost like comfortable knowing that they have the keys to whatever wisdom they are seeking to find. They're seeking. Yeah, even the rabbits are relaxed here. And you have this 2 energy and this 2 energy here, you know, this balance energy and balance energy here. Here, you're wanting to rush forward. I don't know why. I'm seeing the 5 and the 2, which makes 7. So there's something about that balance energy that's reflected here. And there's something of this this wanting to be free that's represented here in the Hierophant. That's what the Hierophant card. So these two are kind of reflecting each other. I think this one is cautioning this one to not rush. That the keys are there, but the keys are present in taking things a little bit slowly. Doesn't have to be over slow, but slowly, being not cautious, but thoughtful. That's more thoughtful, more measured in one's decision making, because not all these choices are the right choices, right? But then you also have the Sun card there, which for me, which is representing playful energy and innocence, and here it says call to awakening, but it's more about taking an innocent approach, a trusting approach. Perhaps that's it. I think firstly you need to be trying not to worry, trusting that you have the answers within. You really do have the answers within, but rushing is not the solution. I feel like the Chariot is rushing forward because you feel like you'll miss your boat, you'll miss that opportunity, and I don't think so. It doesn't feel like that's the... Wow, there's a lot of powerful energy in this reading. All your cards have come upright except for the choice, the card of choice, the 7 of Cups there. And you in the advice you get the 3 of Coins. Can you see how they're plotting together? There's something about partnerships, working together with others here, represented by that. The 4 of Cups, the crab is hiding their treasure, or hiding something from others. That's a Cancerian card, and the crab represents Cancer in astrology. So there's something about the Cancer energy. It's possible that you're a Cancerian, and perhaps you are having this feeling of Cancerians, like most of them, they tend to like their own space and to go back within their shells. And perhaps this energy that's coming out now, this Leo energy, is suggesting a more needing to go out energy. it feels like there might be some fears about moving out and into a new space in a way. So I would just say you have this really beautiful and powerful card of the Magician on your side. And so we all have different personalities. Some of us enjoy this working together, and some of us enjoy the alone time. And some of us enjoy the mix, needing a little bit of both. And I suspect that you need some of each. And perhaps your magician, the magician comes to tell you that actually you know what balance works for you, and you can have both. You can have that little bit of working together, and you can have that retreating into your shell, because I think this retreating into your shell is important for you. But importantly, you have this magician, and I think the magician has another message, and that is, it's a reminder of this not rushing forward, because the magician with this, I think this is a really powerful combination. The magician with the high priest. That's so powerful. Two really powerful archetypes. The magician being able to make manifest your ideas, those ideas that are percolating in your head, bringing them down to earth, making them practical. You have that ability, you know. I see air and water here in this card. The birds, maybe some earth, but the idea behind this is to make the magician has the ability to make things real. So it's the magician is an actor, but also powerful actor. So those things that the magician is visualizing, the magician has the ability to put into action. So you need to trust that. But there's something about book knowledge or traditional knowledge that is important to you right now, that the magician in acting needs to draw on your own inner wisdom, but it's wisdom. So in this card, the bull has the keys to that wisdom. So it's a knowing that you have the keys to that wisdom, but it is traditional wisdom. You know, it's not mystical. It's much more book knowledge. The priest represents institutions and stuff like that. So I'm thinking that this and being using the trusting that you have the magician, the power of the magician on your side right now. You have the power to make manifest those things that you want to make manifest. You have the power to have these victories that you want. And I feel like you need to be working closely with your magician and working closely with your high priest. And because in the center you have, so this is something that's significant now in the month of July, a month of August, I think, because we're firmly in the month of Leo. There's something in this month, that's what it feels like to me. Something that came about in the season of Cancer requires a decision on your part. You're feeling like pushed to make that decision quickly now in this month of August. And I think the suggestion, and you're maybe having sleepless nights about that decision with the Nine of Swords there. But your guidance, I feel, is in trusting your ability to be the magician right now. The magician is a super powerful card, and it really does talk about your agency and your ability to make things real, to make things happen. and it is saying that the tried and tested, you know, the bull, the Taurus, the card of the bull is a slow moving energy. It's not ultra slow, but it is slow. It's measured. It's measured. You know, it's measured. So you can trust that. There's something trustworthy about this energy, this inner wisdom, or this book wisdom that you have access to with the keys, which will likely result in this. There's a hint of wonderful success at this idea that you have. But I think the caution is not to rush. And then the other bit of advice is to trust that you know when to draw on people and when to do it alone. This is your baby, and trust that it's your baby, but when you need to reach out your hand to work with people that you do trust. And perhaps that's what the discernment is about who you work with. And that's the thing that you're being asked to be, don't rush into. Yeah, that makes sense to me. And knowing when to reach out and when to percolate, when the ideas must be kept within and worked on your own, and when to draw in other people. Yeah, I think that's it. I hope that makes sense. It did go a bit round and round, but I think it's quite a powerful reading. You have 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcana out of the 9 cards. And let me just draw. I didn't want the reading to be too long, but quickly let me just draw a card from here. This is from the Quantum Spirit. I used it the last time as well. So, beloved group ones, I think that there's not too much to worry about. Just be discerning. Try not to rush too much. Take it easy. Trust yourself. Trust your ability here. And you have a nurturing heart. Mother. I am a protective spirit and reach out to all life with love and compassion. How absolutely beautiful is that? So trust that you are being guided. Really, you are being protected and you are being guided. Look at those 2 colors, the colors. And perhaps the color, this bluish color, can be your comfort if you need it. You know, like going into this wisdom, you know, I keep saying it's not mystical. It's not mystical because it's more traditional, right? But there is something, you also do need to go within with the high priest to find that knowledge. So perhaps your work that you can do is to use the color blue. It is the color of the throat chakra, but when I think about blue right now, I get this feeling of peacefulness. So perhaps in your meditations you can use blue to unpack the wisdom, the inner wisdom, so that you can make those decisions from a place of peace and knowing. But I think feel protected. Know that you are protected, and know that you have this powerful magician on your side. Working with you, you can use this power right now. You have access to this power anytime, actually, but right now that's the power that's showing up for you. Okay, group 1, I hope that helps. I send lots of love. Bye. Welcome back, group 2. I'm just going to draw a card from the Conscious Spirit Oracle deck because I almost forgot to draw one for group 1. So let me draw yours now so that I don't forget, and I'll put it in the center and we'll draw look at it at the end. Okay, so you've chosen the amethyst as well, and that's your star card. These cards are nice. They're quite simple. But they're very pretty. And they shuffle nicely as well. That is so interesting because the group before this got that very same card in the very same position. So that's the 7 of Cups, the 4 of Wands in the reverse, the 5 of Wands in the reverse, and the 6 of Wands in the reverse. And just for the record, yes, these cards, before I do my readings, I don't just shuffle them, I actually clear them and sort them. So there is not even a chance that 2 cards from this, consecutive cards will follow each other because of the way in which I do the clearing. I do it in such a way that a 1 and 2 will not come together. And here you have 4, 5, and 6 of the same suit. So I think there's something to do with, and I'm going to put that there. And you've got 7. Hey, what's going on here? Okay, let me take this out. So this card says abundance. It says, I'm grateful for the abundance nature and the universe provide in my life. So perhaps that's a reminder for you to trust in abundance and be, gratitude is such a powerful thing. And my friend Frank has, who will be featuring in my next video and was in a previous video, he has this podcast, so it's something that you can go and look at if you like. And he talks about it's about self-care, and one of the things that he speaks about is abundance. That gratitude, is gratitude, sorry. And a simple tool to help you just feel grateful, which then helps you feel more joyful, is to do a gratitude diary. I do a journal. I write in my journal every day, sometimes twice a day. But I started with 5 things that I'm thankful for. And I found that lesson from someone else, someone I'd read many years ago, that just saying 5 things you're thankful for. And it's such a wonderful practice because it takes you out of feelings of sadness. And I think it's important to say that because there seems to be something here. This is it's a little bit of a heavy reading. I got this card once. I'd asked a question about something. And, I said, oh, it will be amazing if I get the 7 of Cups. And or something, I can't remember what it was, but this card answered me. I got it in the reverse. And what it suggested is that this decision that you are taking or have taken, even though it feels like you're going against the flow of what is, or what is traditional, or what is accepted, it doesn't have to be traditional. It's what is acceptable in your circles or in what you believe in. Even if you're going against the flow of that, you are facing the right direction. And this is which is what I loved about getting this in the reverse. At the time, I thought, okay, wow, I've never seen the 7 of Cups in that way. And that's what it's suggesting here. Is even if going against the grain, you are moving in the right direction, because there you're directly facing the sun. So there's some choice that you are making, which requires you to be discerning. However, I think that it might go against the grain. Let's see what the other cards are saying, because like you've got all these wands, right? You have, I mustn't forget where they were. That was there, and these were here, right? So you've got the Four of Wands in reverse, and the Four of Wands is about stability and about kind of traditions, family, that kind of thing. And the Five of Wands is about maybe bickering and not getting on and disagreements. So it's possible that some decision that you are taking might have an impact on more than just you. It might have an impact on family and stability, and it might cause a lot of tension, especially with the Five of Wands in reverse here. But you know what? You've got 4, 5, 6, 7, and this might have been here, or it doesn't matter, right? So there's something, I think, that requires you to take a step-by-step approach to this decision. That's what I'm seeing. 4, 5, 6, 7, and then you have 8, right? And then you have the Nine of Swords. So it's weird. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, the key card, and 9, the next one, right? But this is the Nine of Swords. In the upright, the Nine of Swords is about sleepless nights. I'm thinking that your methodical approach is going to help with this decision that you have to take, right? And I think you're being, it might be an unpopular one, but you have to trust. Methodical approach. So 4, it might cause a feeling of instability. It might be causing that already, and tension. Victories in the reverse, so the Six of Wands. So it might suggest that it feels like it's not a victory. And the Seven of Wands, now you get the 7 in the upright, and I didn't even think about that, but there's your standing your ground. It suggests you need to stand your ground. And by the way, that's a 7 and that's a 7. So you're standing your ground, trusting yourself, even if it looks like it might be an unpopular, let's call it unpopular decision. And let's look now at your advice cards. Too many falling out there. But yeah, it feels like a bit of a heavy energy, but I feel you're a tough cookie, and you know deep down what you need to do. And I think your advice is very much that about being methodical. It's similar in some ways to group 1, you know. Although group 1's was a much lighter energy, yours is a bit heavy. But you know something? We have to go sometimes through those heavy times. It's just necessary. And I'm going to just show this. That's beneath the deck. It's the Father of Swords. Because you have the Son of Swords here. And I'm see. Oh, how lovely is that? That you get this. The star of hope, right? Your star comes out just to remind you that it's going to be fine. So your Son of Swords is moves forward confidently, sometimes maybe too confidently, but I think that that's what you need to do now. You need to be a bit not forceful, but decisive in your actions. I like that the Son of Swords is depicted by the eagle, and eagles are sharp, right? They're sharp, and they go for that thing that they want to. They are insightful and incisive, I think. So I think you need to trust that ability within yourself, and also trust, because you have this guiding star. I think that it is so beautiful that the star comes out for you, because in this situation that feels like it's hopeless, you have this star of hope and healing and wishes coming true on your side. For me, it's looking like that's your guiding star. You are being guided. And if you look at the bright lights here, the bright lights there, it's in your standing your ground, and it's in your knowing that a decision that you will take or are wanting to take might seem unpopular, but is the right thing. And just follow your North Star, follow your nose, take appropriate action where you need to, and trust that you are being guided to take decisive action. It sounds like I'm contradicting myself, but it is in a methodical way. It's in a step-like way. 4, 5, 6, 7. You're being cautioned not to be decisive, but to be decisive in a methodical way. And then, yeah, does that make sense? I'm going to draw one more card to clarify that very point. But and then you have the Father of Swords here. Let's think about that one. But this card talks about alliances. It talks about points of connection, right? This is normally the card about your ships coming in, but in this card, it's like tying those things up that need to be tied up, and perhaps that's where the methodical thing comes in, hey? Right? Because the swords are about the intellect and about making decisions with your head. The wands are generally about being passionate, right? So your being plodding and taking things in a methodical fashion are what helps you be able to be decisive. And because we have the Father of Swords beneath, I'm just going to say, and I was talking about following the color. The sun makes the decisive action after thinking through things, having the passion. Perhaps this passion is about journaling and writing and thinking and planning and putting things down in a methodical fashion and then making the decision. And then the Father of Swords trusts his own wisdom. I mean, the owl is facing, what is this, an owl? Might be. Yeah, same shoes, different socks, right? Because the owl, the eagle, those birds of prey are so intelligent in their realms, right? When they're trying to being discerning and finding their prey. The owl is one of those, can spot a mouse in the dark night. And there's the Father of Swords with his sword as his shield almost, my intellect, my thoughts, my knowledge, my wisdom is what will see me through this will see me through this decision that I have to take, that is quite a central and important one, I think. A very important one, I think. And I was going to get a clarify. So you get the Ten of Swords in reverse. So which, if you look at the Ten of Swords in the upright, it talks about the end, the last, the worst kind of betrayal, but it's happened now and it's over. And I'm seeing this in reverse as it's even beyond that now. Those swords are starting to come out, and perhaps that's where the healing comes in, that you're starting to heal now from whatever, or at least once you've made your decisions, you've done all this work and made that decision, even if it's not a popular one, you emerge, the swords fall out. And I think that goes together with your healing, and the alliances. It almost feels like maybe some alliances have to fall apart, and those that are meant to survive will survive, and they will be tight, which reminds me again of the Tower, right? That the Tower energy is about that letting fall what must fall, so that the right things for you and those close to you, those that matter, those for whom you are responsible, making those right decisions, and rebuilding on a firmer foundation. Group 2, I hope that helps, and I hope that makes sense. Today's readings, both so far, have been a bit complex, but yeah, life is sometimes complex. I hope this helps, and I send you lots of love with whatever it is you're dealing with, and just hold on to that star of hope. Okay, thank you, Group 2. Bye. Hi, Group 3, you chose this card and the rose quartz, so perhaps you have love on the mind. Let me, before I forget, pull from the oracle, the Conscious Spirit Oracle deck. Okay. Spark of Divine. It says, I recognize the divine spark within me, and I reignite the divine spark within me, and recognize I am part of all creation. So beautiful. Wow. It's just honoring yourself, right? Group 3. Let's see what this full moon is for you. Okay. The Fool, a new beginning. I'll take those. So this full moons are generally about endings and letting go of things, but when we let go of certain things, of those things we need to let go of, other things come into our lives, right, that are more appropriate for us at that time. So let's see. Oops, the cards are really jumpy, right, today. Okay, We have Justice and Strength card. Wow, you have 3 major arcana coming out for you. That's quite powerful. And a caution almost not to burn yourself out. That one doesn't matter, I think. Ooh, nice one. 2 of Wands. So, the Fool, a leap of faith is required, but perhaps you're feeling maybe that your ego is getting the better of you. Maybe you're full of fear because you're not too sure about this leap of faith, because you're not sure it will lead to balance and justice. Then we have the 9 of Wands, the 4 of Cups, and the 2 of Wands. Let me think about that. This, to me, talks about relationships and close relationships. In this particular card, it always relates to a loving relationship of some sort. So one ignites the passion in the other, and I'm just thinking about it. It could even talk about pregnancy or family. But there's a caution of not burning yourself out. So maybe through overwork. And maybe an attitude of, I'm going to do it all myself, with the 4 of Cups there. Like that elephant looks so tired, right? But is standing on that's not a natural thing to do for an elephant, to stand. It's almost like, you know what I think? Suppressing emotions. That's what it looks like to me, suppressing emotions. Whew. Wow. Okay. I think this is about love. You chose the rose quartz, so I'm suspecting now that I've thought about it and I've just got my aha moment, you want to take a leap of faith towards love, towards someone, possibly. But you don't, your ego, you're going back and forth with your ego. You don't trust that you have what it takes to have this relationship. Perhaps you don't feel good enough, or something's blocking, making you, something to do with your ego. Your ego is talking to you. It's telling you a whole lot of shit, maybe. Whatever, it's telling you stuff, but it's not necessarily real stuff because it's in the reverse, right? So your ego is playing games with you here, friend. And it's telling you that things won't be equal if you go into this partnership or relationship, which I think is about love. In the meantime, while you're dithering about this, you are working yourself up into a state. Maybe working instead of focusing on that. But you are in a bit of a state here. That's what it seems to suggest to me. And then this, to me, is the big card of this reading, is this suppressing of emotions, which is making you feel really, really sad and tired. And how long is that elephant? It's like Horton the elephant who sits on the egg, Maisie the lazy bird's egg. I don't know if you know that story, but Horton's not supposed to sit on that egg, and Horton's not meant to be suppressing these emotions and standing on these delicate vases. Shame. No wonder you look so sad. So you're suppressing something, and I think it's something where you want to, and you are being guided to, make an offer. And I think that's the symbol of Mars, and that's the symbol of Venus, the woman, the male and the masculine and feminine, should I say, because it's not about male and female, but the masculine person, I think, is watching this, whether you, whatever body you're in or however you identify, the person who displays the more themselves or sees themselves more as the masculine energy, even if it's just in the situation, the doer, the actor, wants to make an offer, needs to make an offer, either of maybe of reconciliation to the feminine energy. But it's causing all kinds of upset and torture and torment, ego games with yourself. It's not going to work out. This is not the right thing, kind of thing. Very interesting. And I suspect your reading might be a bit shorter. Nope, too many cards. Cool. That's the Lovers, by the way. Let's see if the Lovers comes. And the Six of Swords is about moving from a difficult situation to a better situation. You get the Empress. How beautiful. Pregnancy, fertility. No, I see a pregnancy here. There could be a pregnancy. Two of Coins, which is so interesting because it's and you get the Knight of Wands. I'm not sure how significant it is, but I'm going to just take this, and then I might just draw another one here. Let's see. The Six of Cups. Huh? Sorry, but that's all three readings now I've had the Six of Cups, which is about making a choice about something. So, choice about, that's like making a choice to have, to trust and to make it a leap of faith, basically. But you are being guided. The Six of Swords suggests taking a trip from rocky water to still waters, and I think that the guidance here is to trust. It's there under the Fool, so you could either do this and carry on doing this worrying and misery and work and burning yourself out, or look at the difference between these two cards. The one is so fiery, but in a negative way. It's like a fire that can burn you badly. It's not, doesn't feel to me like the phoenix rising out of the ashes kind of fire. It's a fire that consumes you. And then you look at that one, and it's such a peaceful card. It's moving to the peaceful waters. And this is about the head, right? So I'm thinking that you need to calm yourself with maybe meditation. But I said to another group, it feels to me like this color blue is really important. So perhaps to still yourself with the color blue when you're feeling too fiery and not knowing what to do. Just still yourself and perhaps imagine yourself taking this. What would it take to move you from that rocky water where the boat is shaking and you don't know if it's going to crash, or it's just stormy, to the still water where it's calm and peaceful and you can actually enjoy what's around you, whether it's the sea or icebergs or land far away or near, whatever. But you can enjoy the clouds peacefully above you, the sun on your skin. So what will it take to move from that to that? And I think this color blue is quite important. So perhaps you can also use that color for yourself. Then you get I'm going to come to the Empress last because I love the fact that you've got that card. You've also got 4 out of your 9 cards are major arcana. So it's quite significant. The Two of Coins is about juggling. But it looks, here you have the sun and the moon, right? It's about finding that balance between action and reflection. How beautiful is that? Action and reflection. And it's beneath the Justice card, which is also about that balance. So I'm thinking that your worry about not having balance is maybe you have that ability within yourself. You have the ability to know when to be and when to be and when to do, when to be still and go in, and then when to allow that going in to have an impact on your actions, help you make those the right decisions and the right actions. But it's about trusting yourself there. You know what's interesting, 222, because justice is 11. Oh, well, here it's 8. You know, in some tarot decks they reversed justice and the strength cards, but I'm going to see justice as 2 because justice is about the balance, right? So you've got these 3 balance cards here. So this thing that you're afraid of making this offer about, it feels to me like it's a good thing, like it's a balanced thing, that there really definitely is a chance for something beautiful, and that you have that power within yourself to make it work, you know. And it's possible it's not love, but that is what I got. And then you have the Empress, all abundance. I'm feeling like there's 2 things here. It could be about a person, and that person could be the parent of your child or future parent of your child, potentially. And that person is very Empress. You see that person as like a goddess, like, and that person represents fertility and abundance, and is really beautiful in your eyes, not just physically, but in character and in how they are towards you. So this is a very fulfilling relationship, potentially fulfilling relationship for you. Very, very abundant, whether it's love or work or whatever other partnership. I'm really feeling that it's love because this is the Empress, but there's something that's really beautiful here. The other thing, I actually have lost my train of thought. There was another thought that came to me. I guess it is just that trusting in abundance, looking towards this abundance, that this this is like Earth Mother. So it's like right now, this is what you need to trust in and work towards, and know that you have the ability to work towards this, or to have this. You really do. And instead of sitting on your emotions, express them to this person that is so important, or this project, or I really think it's a person. And there's potential for lots and lots of abundance. Abundance for me is more about the feeling and the joy and the feeling of having within, you know, because we can have loads and loads of money and not be happy, and we can have little but have all the things that we need within a relationship, within a family, within friendships, within ourselves. Let me draw one more card. So my take home for you, in like the work that I feel, or that I would suggest, is that working with the blue, whenever you're feeling exhausted, work with blue. I know it's the color of the throat chakra, but that's not what I'm getting here. It's not about communication. Look at that. That's really beautiful, and I'm just curious about that. Meditation wants to come out, but okay, sorry. So the Look at that. That's your balance. Temperance is your balance. That balance that you're afraid of. There's the potential for that. So what I'm suggesting is there's a leap of faith that you need to take. You seem to be all kinds of afraid because your mind is telling you stuff, your ego is telling you stuff, that this is not going to work out, it's not going to be balanced, whatever. You're sitting on these emotions and burning yourself out in the process, whereas you can make an offer, an offer that is so full of abundance. Oh, the potential is there's so much potential, and a reminder that you have the power to know when to go within and when to act, because the balance is within yourself, right? The ability for a balance is within yourself. And there you get, this is a fertile thing that you want. It's fertile. And so I would say, and the potential outcome is this balance within yourself. So sometimes relationships help us find that wholeness within ourselves. Healthy relationships do that. But I think that your work to help you cool down is to picture yourself. What would it take to move from this rocky, tumultuous feeling and this feeling of being on top of your emotions to this calmer water, and perhaps just simply meditating on the color blue and being in the water, blue water. Perhaps that is your balm. You know, sometimes, honestly, I believe that the simple practices are the ones that are most powerful. So just sitting in blue water, you don't have to think about it. You don't have to do anything. Just when you're feeling out of control, go and sit there as much as you want to, every time you feel out of control. And I'm almost, I can guarantee you that that's going to help you. Or if you want to think about anything, what is the rocky place that you're in, and what will it take to take you to the calm place? And do that while surrounding yourself in blue, whether it's in imagining blue water or just imagining blue color. Just see what it will take. But also just sit in the blue, and then you'll find that with that practice of just letting go and letting the color heal you, you'll find that that leap of faith becomes so apparent to you, and the things that you need to do become clearer, and that trust in yourself becomes clearer and easier. Okay, group 3, I will leave it there. Lots of love to you. I hope this all works out. Bye. Group 4, you chose the carnelian. Let's see what messages are here for you. Oh, and I must draw a card first from the Conscious Spirit Oracle deck. I see the wisdom of my higher self and apply this wisdom in my life, the third eye chakra. So I think that we might get this might be a bit of a deep reading, directly related to spiritual growth, possibly, might surprise us. Victory and success in the reverse. So you are worried about victory and success, maybe in relation to love. Because you are, wow, you're worried about success, but there's success there. And that's a 1, and that's a 1. So maybe love or self-love. Wow, magician came up for someone else too. And wow, there's your third eye again. And there's my devil at the bottom of the card, of the pile. So you get the 6 of Wands, which is about victory. But you get it in the reverse. So I think that's what you're worrying about. Love begins, which is the card of love. It's the Ace of Cups. You get that in reverse. So perhaps love is on your mind, and then you get triumphant success, which is the Ace of Swords. You have another one here. You've got 3 ones and 3 sixes. Wow. Okay, something deep going on here. And you know, this third eye chakra, it's also 6, it's 24. 2 plus 4 is 6. Wow. Sure. Okay. So I think this is about love. 6 is the card, the number of love and harmony and balance. You get the Magician, the powerful Magician. You are magical right now, and your magic lies in being willing to go within. Perhaps you're not doing this enough, or you're feeling this is blocked, but you get it twice, right? I think perhaps this mantra is something that you can recite. I see the wisdom of my higher self and apply this wisdom in my life, or something like that, that works for you, something shorter. I think that you need to be doing more third eye work, and it's quite simple. You can do, I said this in the previous reading, for group 3. The simple things are the most powerful often. That's what I feel. I make my spirituality simple. It's no hoo-ha, it's no bells and whistles, simple stuff. So sit and just look through your third eye. That's your meditation. Sit and look through your third eye. Give yourself 20 minutes every day to do that, because you are being guided now. You are being guided to something, and it could be to a relationship that's very significant for you. It might even be a life partner. So you get the Magician, you get the Lovers in reverse, and you get the third eye chakra in reverse. So it's to do with love. It's to do with a partnership. This triumphant success suggests that it suggests detachment from the outcome. The Magician, look, the Magician's also detached, and there's your third eye again. The Magician in this card is, I love that actually. I love the fact that this is not just manifestation, but working, going within, doing the work, speaking with your higher self, with your higher wisdom, but being willing to take that time out to get those answers, to find that wisdom within. So I think that group 4, you have, I don't know how I picked this up. So you've got the water element. This was underneath the deck. I took it by mistake. I allow my body, mind, and spirit to flow intuitively through the changes in life. And that's beautiful. It's about water. It's so funny, in the last 2 advice things, what I was suggesting to the last 2 groups is to work with the color blue. And perhaps, like yours is a bluey purple, like an indigo, with your third eye, hey? That's your color, beloveds. That's what you need to be working with. So I think it's a week of working with color. Let's see. Let's get, I could even finish this reading now, but I think that would be doing you a disservice. Group 3 Group 2 got that as well. Group 2 or 3. Too many cards. So partnerships and alliances. This is the 3 of Wands. 3 of Wands is about those ships coming in, but here it's about holding together. And I'm seeing love there again. Let's see what comes out. Whoops, and that came flying out. Patience and planning. Seven of Coins. Building something, building something. Two pillars there again. Building something together with, in partnership with someone else, I think. Well, it's really interesting. You know, I try to avoid prediction in my readings because I don't think we are meant to know the future. I mean, I think that defeats the purpose of the spiritual path, right? Or taking this path of New Age, whatever, however you do the spirituality, New Age or Christian or Islam or Hindu, whatever. I don't think that knowing the future is helpful or even a possibility, because knowing so-called future takes away your power. It says you don't have power to do anything, and then you get the Justice card. And that's why I avoid, you know, you can't, I try to see the picture for you, what I'm seeing from the cards, and then I try to give you something to work on, because for me that's what spiritual growth is about. And that's why you're here, not for me to tell you that, oh, that person loves you or that you will be married to that person. I can tell you that I see relationship here strongly, deeply spiritual relationship here in this, some deep connection, hey. And there will still, it feels like there's still this, oh man, all three cards talk about balance here. Even though that's a 3, that's a 7, that's an 11, which is a 2. There's balance here. So let's think about that. Partnerships, patience, balance, justice. So I'm suggesting, you know, I'd love to hear from you, group 4. What is this? What is going on? Are you the same as group 4 from my last reading? Because I think it was a similar thing. I think what's suggested is for you to reach out. This does feel like either a lovership or a spiritual partnership of some sort, and it's very deep. So I think that you perhaps need to be trusting. I can't even, so we started with the victory and success in the reverse. Love begins in the reverse, the Ace of Cups, and then the triumphant success in the upright. So some love relationship making you feel, potential for a love relationship or a relationship making you feel a little bit anxious. Victory and success, because obviously you worry that it will succeed, and that's our problem, right? We don't take these leaps of faith because we want the outcome to be assured, and we really can't have that outcome assured. What I would say about the love begins is this: the answer is always the love for self, and just doing that inner work, filling yourself with that love for yourself, because the solution does lie there. And then this recommendation of trying to be detached from, making a decision, but with detachment, not cold detachment, but with a detachment, I think, that comes from this piece of knowing, that awareness, that that going within, that you are working with your third eye and you are trusting in a higher power. That detachment that comes from complete and utter peace. And then these 3, so I'm seeing those as your key cards, these 3 as your advice cards, really. But these cards, the partnerships and alliances, the suggestion that this whatever it is has taken patience, but it's built something. Something's been built. Something has taken a lot of hard work, but it's there. There's a firm foundation, and look at those strong and beautiful pillars. Something powerful has been built out of patience. And it's something that is bringing about balance for you. Whether that's balance within or balance within a partnership, there is something, and I suspect it's in a partnership. But like I say, I try not to be too predictive, but that's what the cards are saying. It really feels like some partnership you've worked hard on, and it's led to deep balance. And what's most important is the balance within yourself, but it's potential within that partnership as well. Even if that partnership is not even working right now, but there's something really beautiful here, something mystical and mysterious. And you know, I'm not going to push the answers. You know, what I can say is what I see, and I think part of the thing is, part of my journey with you is to help you find those answers for yourself, because we all have this magician within us, but you right now in particular are working with the magician energy, but in a very deep way. Not in a way like group 2 had the magician, but group 2's magician I felt was more about that ability to make things real now, a very active magician, action oriented. Your magician is very going within oriented, and I think that your advice for the weeks ahead for now is to take this seriously, to work with this color, this indigo. If you can wear indigo, but also just meditate with indigo all around you. Work with your third eye, and that's simply closing your eyes and looking through that space between, in the middle of your forehead, just above your eyebrows, but in the middle, just working with it. Or in any other way you like to work with your third eye, just look through it and wear your indigo, or imagine yourself surrounded by indigo. That's your color. That is your color for the week, the next week or week or two. And trust that magician within you. There's like a new beginning waiting to happen, and it is happening, and you might not even be aware of it. And it just requires your being still. I did this one meditation, and the affirmation, and maybe this is what you can use. The affirmation I did a yoga nidra with the chakras, and my affirmation for the third eye was, I am still and I know. I am still and I know. And maybe that's something that you can work with. Oof, this is such a beautiful way to end the pick a card. And I think I'll leave it there, group 4. All the best with this. I think you're on a beautiful journey. Lots of love to you. Bye.